briefly on the MPP. Cowboys, Jaguars. I'm gonna go Jets as my worst team to feel because you have some if it's basically whether Aaron Rodgers comes back or not. You know, he does have another year in his contract. It's not like he's done after this year. Like he could
hmm
just come back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NPP, the Noam Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 12.
Woo.
Woo. Hopefully everyone's having a great week. Noah and I took a couple of week break here. One because of Thanksgiving and one because, right?
Now it's just 1 week.
Just 1 week? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, seems longer, but
It does feel like it was longer than a week.
yes. Yes, it does. But Noah and I started off the week strong. Well, starting our Friday off strong because the Lions was able to beat the Packers last night, Thursday night football. So we're starting the weekend off strong. That's what I was trying to say. So
Yeah, referring to our picks, we make every Thursday. I think Patrick is what Patrick's saying.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So if
Sorry.
you haven't seen those picks every Thursday, or I guess Wednesday now, we've been uploading them. Picks we've been
Yeah,
uploading every Wednesday for our NFL. So if you like to do that, go check that out.
if you like to do that,
Well,
yes.
you like to
I
make
like
picks.
I like to do it, but I wanted to open up the show with something interesting from the MLB. They're doing the winter meetings right now with all the owners, going over the season, maybe make some changes to the MLB. They already have done the pitch clock. They've done the bigger bases, and it's pretty good changes. I think a lot of people are getting used to it now, and people appreciate the faster games, I would say.
Yeah, those two things that you mentioned are also stuff that people have been asking for a while.
Yeah,
Pitch clock maybe less so compared to the bases. People have been asking for bigger bases for I don't know how long because of multiple injuries, you know, that have happened on those narrow base paths, but especially at first base.
yeah.
Uh,
They also
uh,
changed the relief pitcher. They have to face three batters now, and not just one and done.
yeah, three batters or at least end the inning. So they can come in for one batter, end the inning, then you can bring in a new pitcher next inning. Like
Yeah,
that stuff I think is pretty good. Keeps the game moving.
yeah.
Um, Still allows for strategy, and it kind of gets rid of those one and done relief pitchers. So if you're a relief pitcher, you have to
You
be able
get
to face both batters.
yeah. You actually uh you get a chance to show face. You just go out there, maybe throw one pitch, and hey, that's it.
Yeah, shout out to
Done.
Jorge Lopez,
Yeah.
one of the lefties that just would only come in, face a lefty, and get out. Made a great career out of it.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, the MLB has come out and said that the owners are talking about this golden at bat rule. And before Noah says what he thinks of this golden at bat rule, it's basically at any time in the game, the manager can put out a batter of his choosing in any situation and can be and will be able to hit in that person's spot. So it's basically like a pinch hitter, but you can have your pinch hitter be Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge at any time in the game, max of one time. Um, Kind of interesting, it's something that you've never really seen. And I'm sure MLB is trying to, make sure the game is moving into like gearing it towards the younger crowd, all the action, all the fireworks and stuff. So, kind of interesting um about this rule. I think, it's a good idea. They want to make baseball cool and hip and make sure there's like, stuff happening in the game. Makes it exciting. But overall, I do not think this is a great idea.
No, I think this is a stupid rule. Um, and I honestly think Rob Manfred's probably one of the worst commissioners ever in any sport. Yes, like we gave him credit for these two things, or three things, I guess, but the DH. Even though personally, I love the pitchers hitting, but yeah, the DH was the one,
Hmm.
like we said, with the bases and then the pitch clock or his. But I don't think he's a great commissioner overall for baseball. It's just it's hard to watch baseball games. It's hard to find them anywhere. But for the Golden at Bat rule, stupid idea. Stupid idea. Like also because we don't really actually know how it would work. Like let's say Shohei Ohtani just struck out,
Yeah.
right? He's your best hitter, but now can you just bring him back up again? So now you can just be like, no, we
A
want him to hit
second try.
again. Yeah, we want him to hit again. He just solved this guy for the first time. Now he knows what the guy's throwing. All right, let's go give him another at bat. So
Yeah.
like, what if the you're the batter you want is at second base? Can you bring him off second base to come hit and then have someone else run? So technically, you can get a faster runner on second base. Let's say you're down one or down, yeah, so you're down one.
Yeah.
So now the winning run on second base is uh Billy Hamilton, and then you bring off of the base paths. Who's someone who's super slow? I don't know. Well, I'll just use like Yadier Molina, but then he comes and hits.
Yeah.
Like it's like I don't know. It's just there's too much that goes into it. I don't think it'll ever be something that comes into the MLB.
Yeah. I just think they're thinking bases loaded in the ninth. This team's down three.
Yeah, I get it because you
And you
want.
get, you have who's the worst hitter in MLB? You know,
Yeah,
like
you have
you
the
rather
worst hitter on
have,
the team
yeah,
compared to someone who's sitting on your bench right now. Like let's say Freddie Freeman's on the bench because we just saw him hit 4 home runs in the World Series, right? And right now you have Will Smith hitting, uh, who's up. So I
yeah,
get it. You want to see like the matchup. You want to see the best hitter in that situation.
yeah,
But that's just not how it works.
yeah.
That's just not how baseball works, and I don't think
The
that's how it should
seven,
work.
eight, nine hitter has to do their job as well.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't like I think it'll be fun at first if it were to ever get implemented, but
Yeah,
then it's kind of just like I don't know, like it'll
yeah,
get old and it's just like it'll be like the Dodgers have five guys they can call up, right, to hit if they wanted to in a situation,
yeah,
and then you'll have other teams who just have one guy who gets all these extra at bats and I don't know, I don't think it would be as I don't think it'd be as cool as people think.
yeah.
Even
I
though I don't think a
mean,
lot of people like it. I'm just
you
saying like
also already have a pinch hitter. That's still an
yeah,
option. Just get a better pinch hitter, I guess. I don't know. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't like it. I don't
yeah,
like it. But I also
but
get
it's
but I also get the thought process around it.
yes,
Because like when in the World Baseball Classic when you see Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani,
yeah,
that's kind of like a situation where you're like, "Oh, I wish that could happen all the time."
yeah,
Right? And this would give it the opportunity to happen more
often,
times.
yeah,
Yeah, where you would have like the best closer facing the best hitter on a team multiple
with like the game
times.
on the line. I think
Yeah.
I don't see this being used, in the second inning.
No,
It's
no, no.
probably, a great opportunity that the team can't pass by.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, uh, runner on third, one out, stuff like that.
Yeah, but then it also brings into account like so my team's winning the whole game, right? We're
Yeah,
up and then like we don't even have to use that rule because we're winning by so much. So then all of a sudden the home team can just bring in their best hitter and tie the game or
yeah,
or win the game because they had this rule that well, I didn't have to use it because I was winning the whole game. But all of
yeah,
a sudden, just because this rule's in effect that they could bring in Shohei Ohtani to hit a grand slam because they were losing all game. So it's just like I played the game perfectly, but because this rule's a thing that Shohei Ohtani
yeah.
can come and hit for the sixth time in a game, it's just like I don't know. I don't think it'll ever
There's
be a thing. It's just
there's right intentions, but I think in the long run, it's it's I don't think it's gonna change the game in any way.
it's
Like
one of
it's
those
for
things
the
that's
better.
just a cool idea.
Yeah.
But it's not a smart thing to add to the game, I don't think.
Also, too, now thinking back, I think the MLB is probably like leading the league and all leagues of like the biggest changes. Like they've
Yeah,
changed the game so much in the last couple of years. I just remembered if you're in extra innings, you get a base runner on second.
that's
Um,
another rule that's a little iffy,
yeah,
but it's only regular season,
yeah,
which I kind of like it's only regular season, but hopefully they don't expand it to playoffs. I don't think it's a necessary thing.
no,
It's another one of those things. It's like your last batter is the last out
it's the
of the
runner.
regular. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's kind of a disadvantage at some points too, because what if your best hitter was your last out, but he's the slowest guy on your team. It puts
yeah,
you in a situation is like, well, I'm not going to pinch a run for him because what if he comes up again? And
yeah,
then the bottom half, it's their fastest person, and it's just like, I don't know. It's also one of those rules that's just a little dumb, but
yeah.
I get it. It's for the speed of the game for regular season, whatever. But but yeah, like you said, baseball changing a lot of stuff. So far, I think it's been a lot of good stuff, but then you get into the point where, oh, we're seeing a lot of these good things happen, and then you
Let's
start
just.
adding dumb things like the golden at bat rule.
I heard someone talking. They're like, if they use the golden at bat hitter, do they actually get a golden bat?
Just so you know that they used it.
Yeah, since they know this is a special hitter.
Yeah. Well, then they're gonna be like, oh, let's add a golden pitcher rule. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah,
Which, I mean, you can pretty much bring in anyone you want anytime. So it's, I guess you always have a golden pitcher rule, but um,
yeah,
I don't know. It's, I would say I'd be a no if I had a vote. I would say
yeah.
no.
I would say no as well. But
Maybe that's what they should do. They should ask the fans.
well, this I think guess this is how they ask the fans.
They just throw it out there
They
and see
throw
the
it out there
reaction.
and see if it catches on or not.
Maybe don't ask the fans because voting's not America's best thing. Yeah, on anything, not
Not
just
just
presidents.
politics.
Yeah, not just politics. Just anything. America's just they just like to see chaos. I think.
Yeah.
'Cause and they'll be like, what if we vote against everybody? Like, what if we just do it just for fun?
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, let's just see. Let's just do it.
But
And not even America. I think people in general are just really dumb. You know,
yeah. Not us though.
all over the world. No, 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 not well, not me, but just like people in people in general.
Well, Noah and I want to open the show up with that.
Yeah,
Now on to Noah and I's headlines for this week.
yeah. So sticking with a little bit of baseball, everyone's favorite team in the MLB, the A's.
Sacramento A's.
They are not called Sacramento A's. They are only called the A's, but they are in Sacramento, playing
Hmm.
in Sacramento. Um, they are referred to as the A's or the Athletics only right now. But
Sacramento A's.
but yeah, they're playing Sacramento this year for the next 5 years, most likely, probably for the rest of the time
Career.
they're a
Yeah.
team. Yeah, because career, yeah, but they're not a player. But they just signed Luis Severino to a 3 year, $67 million contract. He had a great year last year with the Mets. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was great, but he had a better year than his past years with the Yankees,
Yeah.
and it is their highest contract they have ever given a player in their team's history. And a lot of people are angry because, and rightfully so, because right after they leave Oakland, they sign a player to a huge contract. Does Severino deserve the contract? I think it's probably an overpay, but that's probably what's going to happen with all the pitchers this year. They're all going to get overpaid since Blake Snell signed that huge contract. You know, that kind of set the precedent of how much pitchers are going to get. But pretty messed up that they sign this huge contract after they leave, you know,
Yeah.
and it just seems like it was on purpose by the owner Fisher. And the biggest contract they had before, I believe, was Eric Chavez. Right? It was a 6 year,
Yeah.
67 or $66 million contract. So wasn't quite the same
For years.
per year,
Amount
but
per year.
just
Yeah.
the total amount contract they have given somebody.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I guess they're trying to attract fans that coming to their games in Sacramento. Maybe bring in a star, but kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's just why weren't you doing that before?
Yeah.
If you were so worried about people coming into games, oh yeah, let's go spend money when we move to a stadium that holds 30,000 less people.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense at all. Like,
Hey, talk about dumb people, huh?
that's what I'm saying.
The
Like,
owner of the A's.
even rich people aren't very smart, you know. But also, I think he inherited it, so makes sense. But it's just one of those things. Just like, why?
Yeah.
And then people are gonna be like, "Well, this is what people have been asking for. They were asking for it because of what was going on with Oakland, and they want to keep the team in Oakland.
Yeah.
And then you leave, and then you do this. So it's pretty messed up. And you just hate to see that, you know. Hate to see that.
Yeah.
We already missed the A's in Oakland.
Really?
I think they deserve to be in Oakland,
Yes.
not in a minor league ballpark in Sacramento. And then next, NBA. The NBA ratings have been down over 20% to start the season. Any thoughts on to why that is, Patrick?
Well, a lot of people are saying it's because of Steph Curry.
Yeah, they have
I
been
don't know if
saying
you've
that.
seen that, but
Yeah, I have.
or everyone has seen that. It's because he changed the game and now everyone just wants to shoot threes and be like Steph Curry, shooting it from the logo. Uh Celtics are taking an average of like 55 threes a game. It's like the most in the NBA. And I don't know. It's also, maybe because the older stars are slowly starting to get to the end of the careers, and now it's Luca, Anthony Edwards, John Morant, uh, other young stars kind of taking over. Wembanyama,
Yeah.
maybe the NBA's in this transition period. The younger stars still have to become like the face of the NBA and everything. So I don't know. I don't think it's the Steph Curry thing of people shooting threes. I mean, kind of, but you can't blame them, You just want to shoot threes.
I mean, I would say less Steph Curry, more analytics of saying people should shoot more threes. Because you
Yeah.
could have like it was just bound to go that way, just numbers wise. With
A three is more than
three
two.
is more than two, and if you shoot more threes,
You're
and you
probably
have
gonna
a
make
higher
more.
chance,
Yeah,
you know, of scoring more points.
exactly.
But like you said, I think yeah, the transition period. Like who do you really want to see right now? I think that's what it is. It's like because yeah, like all the older players, KD, LeBron, Steph, all those guys. You watch them for like 20 years,
Yeah.
18 years, 15 years. Steph Curry's case, or 13 years Steph Curry's case, whatever it is. It's it's the same people, and who's really next you want to watch? Like Anthony Edwards the other day dropped 6 points. The last time LeBron dropped 6 points was like 2,000 games ago, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you know? Um,
Also, John Morant wants to stop dunking and because he wants to save himself from injury. So,
which
you
makes
know,
sense. I mean,
it
I'm
does
sure
make
that's,
sense, but then you're like a highlight reel,
but
Like,
that's
okay,
one of his
fine.
things, right? Like
Yeah.
he's a small guard who dunks on people. Like
Yeah.
you go and watch his highlights, he has some crazy dunks. Like that's something like he probably learned that from Derrick Rose because Derrick Rose played there for a while, and he probably told him to save his legs because it's a sad thing that happened with Derrick Rose, but
Yeah.
which is understandable. But still, it's like you lose that aspect of John Morant now. I haven't had the urge to watch John Morant
No.
since he came back from his suspension. Like I don't know, like it's just
His first year was amazing. He was just dunking
yeah.
on everyone, like
I don't know
out of
what happened.
college.
I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah, and then he got in
He lost.
trouble, and then he got suspended, and that really kind of just tanked for me.
I don't know. He just lost his
But like, you
star
can't.
power.
Okay, like I would always want to see Curry. I've rarely watched LeBron in person. It's mostly on TV. Kevin Durant watched him for a long time, but Luka Doncic, I'm not watching him. Like, yeah, honestly, it's crazy to watch him. He makes some crazy shots, but I'm just like, he's kind of like Draymond, and then he complains and everything. He doesn't play defense. Okay, he's fine. I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch that guy. Anthony
Yeah, that's
Edwards, maybe if it's the playoffs. Like, I'm not going to search for a game. Jokic, I don't know. Giannis is
yeah.
kind of getting up there in age.
Like you said, you don't go out of your way to watch them. It's like, well,
Yeah.
who would you go out of your way to watch? Because
Like people went out of their way to watch Curry, KD sometimes, and then LeBron, of course.
yeah, like you could even say Chris Paul. Like there's people out, like there are players
Yeah.
out there that are like even now, if I had the chance to go watch one of those three guys, I would be like, yeah, let's go watch them.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them, or I want to watch them before they retire. But like if you're like, oh, Mavericks playing the Celtics, I'm like, I don't really care about Jason Tatum. I don't really care about Luca,
Yeah.
other than he's on my fantasy team. Like I don't really care about those guys. Like I don't know if it's
Well,
just
even the Bulls. Do
like
you care
like
about the Bulls that much? They're like,
no, I don't. I just got this hat because I don't have a hat yet. Like I really cared about the Bulls, obviously when they were winning. But
yeah,
like Derrick Rose, like that
yeah,
was just like that was the time. Like I even liked Luol Deng and Joakim Noah. Like
yeah,
they were cool, like interesting characters. Like who on that team right now is just like maybe Kobe White's a cool
yeah.
player, but like other than Kobe White, everyone on that team's kind of boring. Like Zach LaVine's cool because he's the dunk contest winner, but
Yeah.
like would I go watch him? No, I don't think I would go pay to watch him.
Well, you know who are is really bad to watch right now is the Washington Wizards. They only have 2 wins.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
horrible.
they're on
They're going
pace
to be the worst team.
to an 80. Um, there's just no one. I think like there's no star power right now. Like obviously there's some great players like Tatum,
Yeah.
but like people don't like Tatum. Like it's just like it's just he's not that guy for the NBA. I don't think.
Even
Like
Wembanyama hype has died down. I don't really hear
yeah,
much from him.
he's not like obviously he's a great like he's great. Like I'm
Yeah.
not saying any of these guys aren't great basketball players. I'm just
Yeah.
saying they're not faces of the NBA. None of them. I don't see like there was a point people were saying Anthony Edwards. I don't know. I don't know if he is. I
Yeah.
don't think he cares to be. Like LeBron cared about it. That's why he was for so long because he cared about his image. He was this guy from a bad neighborhood who
Yeah. out of
You know,
high
took
school, just
yeah, and he became arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. And then you have Steph Curry, who was the rival to this guy, right?
yeah.
So they had a great story for the NBA. But now what's next? What's next? I don't think anything near. I don't think there's anything close.
Also, too, maybe it's because this draft class was horrible. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't like a Wemby coming into the league. I mean, they try to hype who Zach Rocher,
Risa Share.
yeah, to be that guy, but maybe because it's a draft class, not too great. Like next year, I'm excited. Cooper Flag is going to be coming out. Like but he's not gonna have that much hype, I don't think.
I mean, you have what was it, Ace Bailey and Cooper Flag are the two big names,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
There's just not that guy. Unfortunate.
yeah. Yeah, OKC Thunder leading the West. Okay.
You don't even think about OKC. I didn't even think about the OK like Shea Gilgeous, a great player, but the
Yeah,
dude doesn't talk.
Chet Holmgren.
He's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chet I think is just a little kind of annoying.
That commercial that he had was really annoying.
He comes off kind of like fake personality.
Yeah,
Like he's just trying to fit in or something, which
maybe.
hey, that's fine, but I don't know. Not genuine, I don't think. Maybe that's what it is. There's no like not a genuine.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think the closest one would be Anthony Edwards to
it's
me for me.
different atmosphere now
Yeah.
surrounding the NBA and college, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anywho,
spent a lot of time with the first three.
that's kind. Next we got the college football playoff bracket. We got the college conference championships this weekend. Um, Pretty interesting, and how, people are projecting how it's going to shake up these seedings. If you do win your championship, you do get the first round bye. So, Boise State, if they beat UNLV tonight, they will get a first round bye, which is crazy. I think. No, they would just
Yeah,
be in.
they
I
have
don't
to
think.
win their division to get
Yeah,
a
yeah,
first round bye.
yeah. They get into the playoffs automatically. I don't think they get a first round bye. Um,
Well, do they not for winning their
Big
conference?
10 gets a first round bye. SEC, Big 12, and the
It's between Boise and whoever wins the Arizona State one.
Big 12, Big 10, ACC. Oh, SEC. That's what the ones. The four major get a first round bye, which is kind of crazy. And then the Mountain West winner gets automatically into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think since Arizona State's record's worse than Boise, that Boise gets first round bye.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Which, yeah, like you said, is kind of dumb. I think they should just get automatic bids. They shouldn't get automatic
First round
first
buys.
rounds. That goes for all of the conferences.
Yeah. Well, the teams on the bubble, you got Arizona State, Alabama, Miami's not on this list. The committee chose Alabama over Miami. That was a big stink because they chose Alabama because it's Alabama. People want to see Alabama more than Miami.
Yeah.
So that was a big stink. SMU um is hoping Clemson wins, I think. Something with the ACC, if Clemson wins,
Well, they're
SMU
facing
gets
it,
in.
Clemson. They're facing Clemson.
Are they?
Yeah, the
Uh,
championship. I think
I
SMU
think
ACC.
actually, yeah, I think it is. But yeah. Um, in the end, a lot of people just want to see three SEC teams and three Big Ten teams and throw Notre Dame in there. Throw some random teams in there. But hopefully this weekend we got Texas versus Georgia. A lot of talk about if Georgia gets to three losses, you know, or if any SEC team gets to three losses, are they better than the ACC two-loss team? This is wild. It's just wild. And also the people that decide this, they don't do any interviews. There's no live look-ins to like
Yeah,
how they do this. It's
they
just,
just get away with their choice.
yep, they're just home free. Like
Yeah,
I guess supposedly they don't even know what the next guy is voting for. They don't talk to each other.
they're all just individual votes.
Yep, just all individual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see Ole Miss, I think, over Alabama. That's my one thing. I don't know if Alabama should be up there, but I get it. Uh, Alabama's a football like icon,
Yeah.
so you kind of have to throw them in there for the numbers.
Yeah. But should be a good weekend. Yeah, I think Texas Georgia's the biggest game. Oregon's playing Penn State, ASU's playing Iowa State in the Big 12, which everyone hates. They wanted to see Colorado. Notre Dame gets in automatically, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see if there's any upsets. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if teams win if UNLV beats Boise State, that
Yeah,
just knocks the whole conference out, which is crazy. So,
it's funny.
yeah. And then finally, my other college football news is supposedly Bill Belichick is interested in coaching North Carolina. He's
Yeah,
gonna maybe go back to coaching, but in college, which I think that's horrible, especially with the NIL and um, paying the players, and he would have to go recruit instead of, I guess, it's not like the NFL. Um, I guess a lot of people would want to play for Belichick, but North Carolina, I don't know.
if the money's there, I'm taking it too. Like if I'm Bill Belichick, like hey,
I
pay me
mean,
all
he's
this
doing
money.
like so much right now. He's on like every show. He has his own podcast. Like,
Yeah, I think maybe his thought process is a Jim Harbaugh route. He goes back to college for a couple years, and then maybe it boosts his head coach stock.
yeah,
But he is older than Jim Harbaugh, so maybe he just wants to do it just to do it. Maybe
yeah,
he's just interested in he just wants to coach, but he doesn't want to coach at that level of NFL.
yeah.
Or
So
maybe NFL doesn't want him.
maybe. So we'll see on that. That was kind of like news out of left field.
Yeah,
Belichick was interested in coaching, and that is it for our headlines. Let's end the episode on our picks since we haven't been able to do them.
yeah. It's been a minute, but we'll go through them pretty quickly here because we are running out of time. So first, let's start off with the Titans game. We got Nick Westbrook Akine. He's been on a hot streak, 8 touchdowns in his last 8 games. I'm going to go higher on a touchdown this game against a terrible Jacksonville defense. So Will Smith has been hot also, so we'll see if they can keep it going. Next, going to go Miami. Miami's facing the Jets, and the Jets are just downward spiral. And Johnny Smith has been on a streak of just 100 plus receiving yard games. So I'm going to go higher than 48 and a half receiving yards this game. And last but not least, Trey McBride. He has not had a touchdown all year, and he's the top tight
Yeah.
end with Brock Bowers.
Yes.
Um, so I'm going to go. He breaks the streak this week against the Seahawks in the divisional game and gets his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah. Noah and I do not talk about these picks, but we have picked
Yeah.
four tight ends, and we're going with two Titans players this week.
Yeah, the Titans ones might conflict, but you can choose whichever one you like best.
Yeah. Uh, my first pick, I'm going with Brock Bowers. Higher than 71 and a half yards. They're going up against the Bucks. This guy has been on a heater the last couple games, and he will probably break that pretty easily. Next, I'm going with Will Levis, higher than 1.5 touchdowns against the worst defense in the NFL is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then finally, another tight end pick. I'm going with George Kittle higher than 53 and a half yards against the Bears. The Bears do have a good defense, but Brock Purdy is finding George Kittle, probably the top receiving person on the team right now.
Yeah, nice. So there are picks. Uh, right now it's 52.52 multiplier.
Oh yeah. Got the Will Levis. 1.5.
Yeah,
That's a pepper right there.
I could not find the Brock Bowers, but I'm sure it'll still be there,
So
after. But um, I'm sure it'll be similar. So look out for that one. But um, yeah, that's been it. We had some heated conversation very early on with the at bats,
we had
NBA.
good discussion today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of good. Like I said, better topics this week than there were last week, which is why one of the reasons why we didn't post an episode. Also, Thanksgiving. So
that's true.
yeah,
Quality over quantity.
exactly.
Yeah. We'll see everyone in the next one.
All
Maybe
right.
next week.
You never know.